Property auctions, just hearing those words can be pretty terrifying. But what if I told you the law was actually on your side? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on the whole process and uncover the legal shield that protects you, the borrower. Let's dive in. Seeing a notice like this, wow, it can be terrifying. It just brings this wave of uncertainty and fear about losing your home, your property. We're seeing these notices in the papers more and more, and it's so easy to feel completely overwhelmed. But listen, the very first step to taking back control is understanding the process.
And it's true, property auctions, which happen when a borrower defaults on a loan, they're becoming a lot more common. But here's the thing, instead of just seeing this as a threat, it's so important to see it for what it is, a legal process. And like any legal process, it has rules. It has safeguards built right into it.
And this, right here, is the most important message I want you to take away today. You are not powerless. The law isn't just a tool for the lenders. It provides a really strong framework that's specifically designed to ensure fairness and transparency for you, the borrower.
So where does it all begin? Well, the journey kicks off with a series of official notices. Now, it's totally natural to see these letters and feel your stomach drop, to see them as threats, but legally they're required communications. It's the system's way of making sure you are kept in the loop every single step of the way.
This isn't some kind of surprise attack. The law demands a very clear timeline. First up is a demand notice, which is a formal request for payment. If that doesn't get resolved, a 90-day statutory notice follows. Then comes a 40-day notice to sell. And the final step is the auctioneer's notice, with all the specific details. So think of each step less as a threat and more as a legally required checkpoint.
Okay, so it's not just about getting informed. The law actually hands you a powerful legal shield. You can think of these as your core protections, like a toolkit of rights that gives you real agency and a bit of control, even when things feel like they're spiraling.
And these rights are absolutely fundamental. We're talking about the power to reclaim your property, a special shield for your family home, a guarantee of a fair price, and your right to any money left over. So let's break down what each of these really means for you.
This is probably your most powerful right of all, the right to redeem. What does that mean? It means you can stop the entire auction process, dead, in its tracks. Right up until the moment that final hammer falls, if you can settle the outstanding arrears, the process stops. The property is yours again. The law also has this really crucial protection specifically for matrimonial homes, the family home. It's simple. A bank cannot legally move forward with the sale of a family home unless the spouse has given their written consent. It's a critical safeguard that's designed to protect the interests of the entire family.
Okay, let's talk about the money. Because let's be honest, one of the biggest fears is that your property will be sold for just a fraction of what it's actually worth. Well, the law tackles this head-on with something called the 75% rule. It's all about making sure you get a fair price.
Now, to understand this rule, we first need to get this term, forced sale value. This isn't the normal market value you'd get if you had months and months to find the perfect buyer. Nope. It's the value that a professional appraiser figures the property could realistically sell for in the super compressed, rushed timeline of an auction. And here it is, the number that matters, 75%. Remember it. The law is crystal clear. Your property cannot be sold for a single shilling less than 75% of that forced sale value. This isn't a guideline, it's a legally mandated price floor. It's there specifically to prevent a fire sale and protect the equity you've worked so hard to build. So here's how that actually looks with real numbers. Let's say an appraiser sets the forced sale value of your property at 10 million shillings. Well, that means the bidding at the auction cannot start and it cannot end below 7.5 million. It's a solid mathematical shield for your financial interests. Okay, so the auction's over, the property is sold. What happens next? A really common and super important question is about the money from the sale. Where does it all go? And the answer really just comes down to fairness. The whole point of the auction is for the bank to recover what it's owed plus any costs they had. It is not a chance for them to make some extra profit. Any money left over, that's the surplus, must, by law, be returned to you, the borrower. All right, let's wrap this all up. Let's hit the key takeaways. 1, you have to be officially notified every step of the way. 2, you can stop the whole thing by paying what you owe before the sale. 3, your property has a 75% price floor. 4, your family home is protected by spousal consent. And 5, any extra money from the sale belongs to you. That is your legal shield. Knowledge is the first and most critical step. Facing a property auction is incredibly stressful, no doubt about it, but it is a process with rules. Rules designed to protect you. Understanding these rights moves you from a position of fear to one of empowerment. So the question isn't just about what your rights are. It's, now that you know them, what's your next step?